everybody, this is Lisa Freeman here from stampingwithlisa.com, bringing you a new video technique today. I wanted to show you this new technique. I did another video a couple days ago, and it's called the Faux Copper Patina technique. And I learned this one from Dawn Griffith, and I did one the other day. It was black and copper, and it had the dandelion stamp set on it. I'm having a brain fart now. It had the dandelion stamp set on it, and it was just black and copper, and it was really, really pretty. And I posted that a couple days ago. And this one, I'm using the Country Home stamp set, which is this one. And this was in the Holiday Mini. And it is returning into the next catalog. It is still available, so you can still get it. It's not in any catalog right now, but it is still available, so you can still order it. You just have to look online to get the number or see your demonstrator. And I'm also using the Beauty Abound stamp set. This one is in the Occasions Mini, and the only thing I'm using in here is just this little splatter stamp right there, which is kind of like our old itty bitty stamp. If any of you guys have been around for a while, you know what the itty bitties are. They're just this little splatter, and it just adds a little bit of little wow or bam, like if you're like Emerald, you know, that little just little bit of color to the end of your project. And I used to use it on everything, and I really missed it, so I'm glad we have something like that back again. So this is the card that we're making, and I just love it. And I love the Coastal Cabana with the copper together. I think that's just such a pretty combination. So let me show you how to do it. Here's what you'll need. I started with Sahara Sand. This is a half sheet. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I folded it in half. This is black, and this is 5.25 by 4. This is Coastal Cabana. This is 5 by 3 3/4, and I've embossed this with the tin tile embossing folder, and that is in the big catalog. This is also Coastal Cabana. This one is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this is just white, and this is 3.5 by 2.5. So the first thing we're going to do is use our embossed Coastal Cabana piece, and we're going to just take the Versamark ink pad, and mine is very well used. As you can tell, it's pretty disgusting looking, and they do come pretty much white, and as you use them, they'll get kind of like this looking. So what you're going to do is just kind of gently just swipe it around the edges and turn it. You don't need to worry about the middle because the middle is going to be covered with this, so you don't have to do anything in the middle. And just go around the edges and put some ink on there. All right, so the embossing powder is going to stick to that. So we're going to get our copper embossing powder out and cover this. And we're going to try not to make a mess. And if you're new to Stampin' Up, you probably don't know what this is. These are Powder Pals that we used to carry that Stampin' Up doesn't have anymore, but they're like the greatest things ever. And I don't know why they got rid of them. And I'm just wiping off the excess here in the middle because we don't want to waste all this embossing powder in the middle because we don't need it there, because that's not going to be seen. And then I'm just going to dab off a little bit of this because you really don't want a ton on here because it'll get too thick and gloppy. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. All right, that should be good. All right, set that aside, and then we're going to heat set it. So I've got my heat tool right here, and I love it when it just starts heating up and you see that nice shiny pop. There it goes. I've been doing this for almost 20 years and I still love embossing. I think it's just a really cool technique. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is shiny and the embossing powder's melted. All right, there we go. So look at that, isn't that really pretty? I love it. Okay, so we're gonna just set that aside for a minute and make sure we put the lid on this so it doesn't spill. Whoops. All right, now we're gonna stamp our picture. And usually when I stamp a photopolymer stamp like this one, I have my pad, and I didn't bring it up here with me, so I'm just gonna use a little pad of paper here. So I'm gonna stamp the flowers first. And I'm just gonna ink this up. Oops. I just put lotion on so my hands are slippery. All right, we're gonna stamp this right at the top. Try not to stick my head in front of the camera. All right, give it a good push. And there we go. Good. Looks good. All right, then we're gonna stamp. Ink this one up. And again, try to do this without sticking your head in front. It's hard to do this from the side. All right. Oh, pretty good. All right, it's easier if you can stick your head right on top of it, but good enough. All right, and then we're gonna color it. I'm gonna use the Stampin' blends, and I've got, let's see, we've got crumb cake. We've got the 2 crumb cake ones, the 2 Highland Heather, and we don't have Coastal Cabana as far as I know, so I had to use Pool Party, the dark Pool Party, and the light Bermuda Bay to kind of wing it because we don't have Coastal Cabana. At least I didn't see it in the catalog, so I'm going to try and create as close as I can get with that. And then I've also got Smoky Slate. So I'm going to start with the light Bermuda Bay and just go around the outside of the picture here. And I just want to try and stay inside the lines, because if you go to the lines, you can use your the white one to erase it, but it's better if you just don't do it. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of just do a little bit around the edges, and then I'm gonna use the Pool Party to bring it all together. All right, so that's good enough for that. And then take the Pool Party and just kind of blend it all together. I really wish I had Coastal Cabana because that would go better, but unfortunately we don't have that. All right, so as this dries, you can see what happens when it dries. So this one I did just a few minutes ago, and it's already blended really well in there. So as this dries, it's gonna blend in really nicely. So I'm just gonna rub that together more. But it will come together really nicely in there. Oh, and I also forgot one more thing. So I've got this little flower here that I wanted to do a little bit of the darker color in there. So just in the center, I'm gonna put a little bit of blue of the darker. And then just a little bit more. All right, so then do the outside of this in the blue. Pool Party, the darker Pool Party. And then also these little teeny round dot ones. Okay, and I think that's all I need with the blue. And I am not an expert watercolorer by any stretch of the imagination, so don't watch me for watercoloring. There are lots of people that are much better. All right, for the cotton, this is the cotton. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of gray right in here, and that'll just kind of make the white pop out more. So I'm just putting a little bit of the gray just around the edge. And there's one more. Oops, I think I got one that wasn't. I think that's it. And then I don't know what these things are called right here, but we're gonna color them brown. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of dark kind of in the middle, and then do a little bit of light. And I'm kind of like a, you know how you say fussy cutting? I'm like a fussy colorer. I'm just gonna, I do not like take my time and color. I just do it really quick. So there's that one. Maybe put a little bit more dark in there. Okay. All right, then we're gonna go back with the purple. And the purple, I'm gonna do these leafy looking ones. So I'm gonna do a little bit of purple here, in the center of each one, and then blend it in with the lighter purple. And this is Highland Heather. Sometimes it's hard to tell if that's a space or a leaf. I can't tell. I think it's a leaf. Oops, I just got a cotton ball. Oh well. Well, we'll just have a little dab of purple on that cotton. Or I could just color it. Well, nobody will notice. Okay, so I think that's good. All right, then I just want to sprinkle it with a little bit of the sprinkle stamp. This is Coastal Cabana. So we're just gonna do a little bit of sprinkles. And the key to this is just have a light touch. So you don't want to mash it like all over. You just want to sprinkle it on there. All right, and that's it. So now we're just gonna put the card together. So let's get all of our pieces back and glue it down. So I'm gonna do these two. And these two. And whenever I have a textured one like that's embossed, I like to do that with the Tombow glue. So I'm gonna put that on the back of this one. Oh, it's not coming out. Okay, I think it's clogged up. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, put that down. I like this too because it's forgiving for a minute. So if you put it down in the wrong spot, you have a few seconds to reposition it. Okay, and then I want to put this one on with dimensionals. So let's put a couple dimensionals on there. And being my frugal self, I like to use half dimensionals. So I cut them in half. And then peel them off. Oops. All right, and then put that on. And there you go. All right, so there you go. We're all done. And that was a pretty simple card. And you can't even tell I messed up on that cotton ball, really. Nobody will know if you don't tell them. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And leave a comment down in the comment section. If you like my videos, you can subscribe too. Just hit the subscribe button. And thanks for stopping by. And thanks for visiting my channel. Hope you have a great day. Bye.